The gentlewoman from Frederick, Ms. Sherwood.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentlewoman has the floor.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, today I would like to outline the school safety measures that we will be proposing to secure our public school buildings, protect our children, and allay their parents' fears about school violence. However, as I thought about the measures that I will be outlining for you today, it occurred to me that school safety has become a much more fundamental concern for all of us during the past 15 years. For instance, it has been nearly 15 years since 2 students killed more than 13 of their classmates at Columbine High School. Nearly 2 months since a 20-year-old killed more than 20 children and 6 adults at Sandy Hook Elementary School. And unfortunately, just 24 hours since a 14-year-old child was injured in a school shooting in Atlanta. So, what was different about yesterday? Well, it seems an off-duty resource officer was at the Atlanta school. This school resource officer was able to take the student's gun away. And, Mr. Speaker, just as this case proves the usefulness of Virginia's School Resource Officer Incentive Grants Program. This program, in existence since 1999, has supported the provision of school resource officers in 80% of Virginia's middle schools and high schools. Consequently, we will be proposing a total of $1.7 million in general funds for the provision of competitive matching grants to localities for the addition of either school resource officers or for the addition of school security officers to work in our elementary, middle, and high schools. The amount recommended is equal to the largest single appropriation ever provided for the School Resource Officer Grant Program. Furthermore, the expansion of these grants to include school security officers will provide our school divisions and localities with the flexibility to choose the right level of security needed for their schools. But, Mr. Speaker, while we all recognize the value of having school resource officers or school security officers protecting our children, it is equally important that we secure our public school buildings. Despite recent newspaper articles indicating Virginia has made progress in providing controlled access systems, especially at our elementary schools, there are other infrastructure improvements such as buzzer entrance systems, exterior cameras, and intercoms, or automatically locking doors that can further secure Virginia's 1,981 public schools from outside threats to our school children. Mr. Speaker, because we know that the implementation of these types of infrastructure improvements are best determined by the needs of our individual school divisions, we will be proposing the creation of a $30 million revolving grant program consisting of $6 million annually over the next 5 years. This grant program, which will be backed by the Literary Fund, will provide competitive grants of up to $100,000 per year to school divisions to support the installation of those infrastructure improvements which the school divisions consider to be the most critical to securing the safety of our public school buildings. And while I consider our public schools to be among the safest places for children in the Commonwealth, the measures we will recommend will hopefully ensure that our public schools continue to be safe and secure places where students can learn and succeed. The well-being of our school children is not only a paramount concern for us, but for their teachers and school administrators and, of course, their parents. Working together, we can provide the tools for school resource officers, school security officers, and infrastructure improvements necessary to ensuring that Virginia remains one of the best places to raise a child for years to come. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.